For centuries, occultists, mystics, and astrologers were dismissed as fringe thinkers, disconnected from real science. But here's something strange: modern psychology keeps circling back and proving some of their oldest ideas right. Not the magic, not the superstition, the insight into human nature. Today, I am breaking down 10 big psychology lessons hiding inside ancient occult wisdom and how they explain the way you think, feel, and behave right now. Number one is as above, so below. This is one of the oldest hermetic principles in occult philosophy, the idea that the outer world mirrors the inner world, the inner world mirrors the outer. Psychology calls this projection. What you constantly notice, judge, or react to in other people is very often a reflection of something unresolved inside yourself. The ancients were not being poetic, they were describing a real cognitive pattern thousands of years before psychologists gave it a name. Number two is the shadow. Occult traditions have always spoken about hidden forces, dark spirits, or forbidden knowledge lurking beneath the surface. Psychologist Carl Jung took this same idea and called it the shadow self, the repressed part of our personality we refuse to look at. In astrology, this connects strongly to Pluto and the 8th house, both linked to transformation, death, and rebirth. The lesson is the same across the both words. What you don't face does not disappear. It just controls you from the dark. The number 3 is tarot and the collective unconscious. Tarot cards were often seen as mystical fortune telling tools, but Jung himself pointed out that tarot images work because they tap into archetypes, universal patterns of human experience, shared across every culture, like the fool, the lover, or the tower moment of sudden collapse. Tarot doesn't predict your future so much as it holds up a mirror to patterns your subconscious already recognizes. Number four is numerology and pattern seeking. Numerology claims certain numbers carry deep meaning. Psychology explains why this feels so true. Our brains are pattern seeking machines. This is called apophenia, the tendency to find meaningful connections in random information. Seeing 11 is to 11 repeatedly doesn't mean the universe is sending you a message. It means your brain, once primed to notice something, starts finding it everywhere. Occultists discovered this effect. Psychologists later explained the mechanism. Number 5 is astrology's house and self schema. The 12 astrological houses represent different areas of life: identity, relationship, career, home. In psychology, we have something remarkably similar called self schema, the mental categories we use to organize who we are across different roles in life. Whether or not you believe planets influences in these areas, the framework itself reflects a very real psychological truth. We don't experience ourselves as one single self, but several roles stitched together. Number 6 is alchemy and individuation. Alchemists spent lifetime trying to turn lead into gold. Jung interpreted this entire practice symbolically, not as literal matter transformation, but as a metaphor for individuation. the psychological process of turning our rawest, most flawed part into wholeness and maturity. The good was never metal, it was you fully integrated. Number 7 is the law of correspondence in relationship. Occult wisdom often says like attracts like. In relationship psychology, this shows up as associative pairing, and more importantly, the mirror effect we see in people we are strongly drawn to or repelled by. The people who trigger the strongest emotional reactions in us, good or bad, are often reflecting a part of our own psyche we haven't fully processed yet. Number 8 is karma and behavior loops. Karma is often misunderstood as cosmic punishment, but psychologically, karma describes something very real: behavior loops. Unresolved trauma or unconscious beliefs tend to repeat themselves in our choices, our relationship, and our reactions until we consciously recognize and interpret the pattern. Ancient traditions called it karma. Modern therapy called it a core wound or a repetition compulsion. Number 9 is ritual and neuroscience. Occult practices are full of ritual: candles, chants, specific timing, repeated words. Neuroscience shows that ritual behavior actually calms the nervous system, increases focus, and creates a genuine sense of control, especially in uncertain situations. This is why rituals, religious or secular, reduce anxiety. The mystics were using neuroscience long before anyone called it that. And number 10 is symbols and subconscious. Occult systems are built almost entirely on symbolism. Sigils, glimpse, sacred geometry. Psychology confirms that symbols bypass our logical, analytical mind and speak directly to the subconscious, which is why a single image can trigger an emotional response language alone often can't reach. This is also why astrology charts, tarot spreads, and dream imagery feel so personally powerful. They are speaking a language your conscious mind didn't even know it understood. So here's the real takeaway: occult wisdom was not ever really about magic, it was an early symbolic language for understanding the human mind. Long before we had the word subconscious, projection, or archetype, the ancient were watching human behavior closely and encoding what they saw into stories, symbols, and systems. Modern psychology did not disapprove the occult. In many ways, it simply translated it. If any of these 10 hit close to home, let me know which one in the comments. And the next time something ancient sound mystical, ask yourself, or is this just psychology wearing an older coat? See you in the next story. Until then, stay curious about your own mind. Thank you.